came live just to update you that I'm gonna start analog circuit from today onwards, and the time for analog circuit class is going to be between 6:30 to 8:30, right? In the evening slot I have kept, okay, for today only. So during weekends we will conduct the classes, right? So if you guys are interested, so that your regular schedule should not get affected, okay, so what I thought here is within, in fact, less amount of time I'm gonna finish analog circuit, okay, and you would definitely love the techniques and tricks to solve the question of analog circuit, right? So I'm going to start from very basic concept, okay. I would introduce analog you to the, okay, I will introduce you to the analog words. So I would start with amplifier modeling, then I will go on talking about in fact op amp, right? And then I will come back to diode applications, then again op amp plus diode, okay. So you're going to enjoy the session, right? I'm not going to start from diode, okay. So I would be starting from amplifier modeling, okay. So you have to understand why I'm starting that topic, right? Then I would start one of the very versatile structure, that is op amp, right? And op amp is mostly asked in gate. If you look back, 9 to 10 year of paper, right? So you would find everywhere op amp, op amp, op amp, right? Many problems are there, and op amp problems are very easy to solve, right? If you know some of the basic thing regarding op amp. And op amp is one of the black box, you can say, right? We don't take care of what is happening inside the op amp, right? We always talk about if there are resistance connected around the op amp, so if we want to find the gain, right? So our gain, overall gain, is depending upon the resistance we have connected across that, right? And we directly consider that the op amp is op amp is having gain which is infinite, or 1 million, right? Ideally, you can say. And we don't go into the op amp, okay. We directly find the output. We can design any kind of a circuit using op amps, right? And then we will bring back the diode applications. We can say diode we will discuss. Then we will combine op amp plus diode, okay, because in the gate exam you will find the combination of diode and the op amp, right? So we will see that what are the application of diode and op amp, and what is the reason behind that, why we are connecting op amp in front of the diode, right? So diode would be there, it would be having some problem, okay. See, if you want to turn on your diode, you need at least some voltage, right? At least some cut-in voltage, if it is not a practical diode, right? Sorry, if it is not an ideal diode, right? If it is a practical diode, so you need to have some some amount of voltage to be applied at anode terminal, right? Then only your diode would start conducting, right? And then after finishing this combination of op amp and diode, I'm gonna start the bipolar junction transistor, okay. Though bipolar junction transistors are not asked in the gate examination nowadays, okay. If you look back and check couple of year question paper, so mostly the MOS, that is MOS, that is metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor based questions are being asked. But I'm going to discuss bipolar junction transistor amplifier, bipolar junction transistor, how we analyze, what can be the DC analysis, what are the biasing, stable way of biasing, right? How we are going to make collector current independent of beta, okay? Because usually your transistor, your bipolar junction transistor, the current which is the output current, that is collector current, is always dependent upon beta, right? Beta is one of the very bad parameter which makes your transistor very bad, right? Suppose you put a fire near the transistor, so your BJT would start running thermally, right? So there is a concept called thermal runaway, right? In devices we study. But our analog circuit discussion is going to be completely different from devices, because we don't need to know what's happening inside the bipolar junction transistor. We don't need to know what's happening inside the MOSFET, okay, metal oxide semiconductor feed effect transistor. We don't need to know what is MOS capacitor, okay. If you're studying MOSFET or bipolar junction transistor or anything, right? Because the physics behind those devices, okay, we take care of in electronic devices if we are from electronics and communication background, right? For electrical engineering, they must know only the symbol, right? That would suffice to understand the analog circuit, okay. Usually what we do in analog circuit is we apply some voltage across terminals, right? Because we have in diode there are two terminal, okay. Your diode is a two terminal device, your bipolar junction transistor is a three terminal device, okay. So if you want your bipolar junction transistor to behave like a two port network, right? So in case of two port network, you need at least four terminal, okay. Otherwise, if you want to define one port, right, so you need couple of terminals, right? So if you want to behave your BJT like a two port network, because after all your BJT would work like an amplifier, right, in some region, okay, that is active region. Your MOSFET would work in saturation region. If you want to if you want your MOSFET to behave like an amplifier, right? So unfortunately, MOSFET as well as this BJT has only three terminals, right? So what we are going to do here is we will be taking one terminal always common, right? So we will study three kind of configuration basically, okay? One would be the common emitter configuration, common emitter, common collector, common base. In case of MOS, counterpart, we will talk about common source, common drain, common gate, right? So three things we are going to study mostly in analog: common configurations, and four kind of amplifiers we will study, and that would be the introduction part in our session. I would introduce you the amplifier modeling, where we will talk about four kind of amplifier, right? See, directly I am starting with four kind of amplifier. You would be amazed to understand, you would be amazed to know that one of the very important element, okay, which you study in your circuit theory or network analysis you call it, that is dependent source, okay. So with the help of dependent sources, we are going to build amplifiers, okay. And without amplifiers, our life is not possible. If there are hundreds of people sitting in front of us and we want to address them, right? Our voice is at low stereo. Suppose I'm live right now and I'm talking with you, right? If I don't have microphone, right, so how can I make my voice reach to you, right? So there is kind of requirement, okay, based on the real life examples, based on the kind of real life usefulness, we will be taking up concepts, so you would be able to relate, and that is going to be everlasting, right? So nothing is going to be lost, right? You would never forget concepts, and in fact you would be also becoming smarter to solve any kind of question asked in written exam, asked in interviews, or asked in okay. So your goal should be, if you're preparing for analog circuit, if you're spending time, okay, the first goal is to get good rank in gate examination, right? The perfect score we want, okay. And second goal should be there, that you should go for analog circuit design, right? Okay, so there are many areas where you can focus on, right? So if you want, your goal should be fixed always, right? Your goal should be fixed, right? If you want to go to IIT Madras, to pursue your master, which is Texas Instrument sponsored program, okay, where the stipend is also exclusive in nature, right? You would find around 20k per month as stipend, because in GATE usually if you go for master, MTech from any IITs or NITs, you would get only 12,400, right? But in case of MS TIA sponsored program, the moment you crack gate having 700 score plus, okay, 700 plus score, remember it's not a rank, it's a kind of score, okay. In last I think way back, couple of year back, I recorded on video, on YouTube, and I got many comments over there. I by mistake I wrote over there 700 rank, okay, but that is 700 gate score, remember, right? So you would be called for the written exam, so you have to crack the written exam, right? So in written exam there are three things you have to always keep in mind. One is the basic electrical circuits, right? What you call it, network analysis, okay? So you must be good at basic electrical circuit, okay? So in case of basic electrical circuit, if you are doing your circuit analysis using frequency domain only, okay, that would not suffice, okay. So you should be able to draw the waveform using timing analysis as well, right? Just by inspection, okay. Because those things would be examined, right? So otherwise you will take time. Suppose any question is given, you always convert your entire circuit, okay, into Laplace transform, then you try to find the transfer function, then you put some s equal to j omega kind of thing. You do always frequency response, because frequency response analysis, okay, comes handy for you, okay, because most of the educator follow that. But if you want to get into these kind of programs, you must be good at analyzing the circuit by inspection, right? So during our class, these things we are going to learn. And one more thing I would say here is that once you will clear the written exam, your interview would be there, followed by the written exam, okay. So there would be less number of students shortlisted, okay. So it is one of the very good program in India, okay, where you would get a chance to work under Professor Santi, okay, and Professor Nagendra Krishnapura, who is having more than 25 year of experience, right? They are teaching since 1999 2000, okay. So you can see 22 to 25 year of experiences in analog, right? They are from, okay, you can say god of analog, right? Many people got successful, and many students in fact became professor because of working in IIT Delhi. So that is what the main thing is. And yeah, the moment you clear written exam and interview, so they will give you, the Texas Instrument guy will give you kind of non-binding offer, right? Where once the completion of your MS, right, that would be for 3 years, but don't worry about that. After completing 6 months, you would be asked to go to Bangalore, okay, at Texas Instrument India office, right, where you would start your intern, right? So there also you would be paid heavily, right? So needless to worry about that. This is 3-year program and all. Your life would be amazing, let me tell you, okay. If you are really and serious about GATE, okay, so your life is going to be amazing. You would be away from all those distractions on YouTube, okay, and everywhere, right? Because at this moment you might be in your preparation phase, and when you open the YouTube, you find a lot of videos, people are digressing your attention from here to there. Many institutes, many coaching centers, right, they are trying to propagate their own advertisements, okay. So you guys get confused, okay, and they all the time discuss what, they all the time take some diode problem, they all the time take some any normal signal question, right? They discuss energy of that, some shortcuts, okay, but conceptual things are not being discussed anywhere you see, okay. Taking any previous year questions, okay, solving them is not going to be a solution, right? You need to realize, okay, you need to realize everything. So guys, if you want to join analog circuit sessions, you can contact me, as I have given my WhatsApp number to everyone, okay, or you can contact me anywhere on LinkedIn, Instagram, okay, Instagram, WhatsApp, Facebook, wherever you want to contact, and do join me if you want, right? And I would make sure that you would be able to at least realize that what is analog circuit and how to deal with that. Okay, so entire topic we are going to cover. Okay, and I have planned in such a way that you would never find at any point of time that the analog is cumbersome, analog is difficult to digest. So we'll meet at 6:30, okay, to start analog circuit. And today is one of the very special day for me because I'm going to mentor the kind of students, okay, who are really interested in analog, and you guys have contacted me via YouTube. Okay, so I'm very glad, and I'm gonna give you my 100% effort. And yeah, so effort should be bilateral in nature, right? If I'm going to teach you something, so you have to also give your effort from your side, so that the effort could be producing great result, right? So let's meet. Thank you so much, and share this session among everyone. If you are analog lover, if you want to become a analog circuit design engineer, right, and if you want to get good rank in GATE exam, so do contact me today. Thank you.